Hi, I am Mark Carlson. I've been a teacher at Mojave Accelerated Learning Center for 14 years, and I want to take a little bit of time and share with you about the perfect paragraph. I found the perfect paragraph on the web many years ago while searching for ways to help scholars with the AIMS writing test. Once I discovered it, I realized that it would have been a great help to me when I was in high school. That's why I began teaching it to the sophomores in the test prep class. I did have a conflict. The perfect paragraph is formulaic, but this is how I rationalize teaching it. Throughout my life, I have used instructions, recipes, policies, procedures, and formulas to achieve many different objectives. I've done this because they make any project easier. I've heard it said that the classroom should be challenging but not difficult. And this is what I mean by that. If I gave you the assignment, paint a landscape, I've given you a challenge, what should you paint? And I've given you a difficulty, how should you paint it? I think that removing the difficulty is why this guy is so popular. The same thing is true for a student when I give a writing assignment, like write an expository essay. There is a challenge, what should they write? And there is a difficulty, how should they write it? The perfect paragraph does a great job of removing the difficulty. I saved the link to the perfect paragraph many years ago, but have lost any additional information about its source. I followed the link recently in hopes of finding its author, but the website has been changed and the writing lab at Northeast Alabama Community College is no longer accessible. So this is the best I have for a reference. I tell the sophomores that the perfect paragraph is like a recipe for cake. All by itself, the cake is good. And to make the cake, they must follow the recipe. But once they know how to bake the cake, the creativity about how to finish or decorate the cake need never end. In the same way, once someone can write a perfect paragraph, they can use it to create many types of works. 3 perfect paragraphs can be linked together to form a larger essay. It can be decorated with different types of information and ideas. It can be crafted into a persuasive essay or an informative essay. Extra sentences can be added or sentences can be taken out. All types of adjectives and sentence structures can be used. It can be multiplied or expanded into full papers, and many different ideas can be written into it. But it all starts with knowing how to follow one recipe. The perfect paragraph, when written correctly, automatically hits the main goals of writing, which are write about one idea, write only about that idea, give evidence to prove that your idea is true, and organize your writing in a logical way. The perfect paragraph has only 8 sentences, and each of the sentences has one job to do. So here it is. The topic sentence states the main idea. The second sentence supports the main idea. It is written by the scholar. In other words, it comes from the scholar's mind. It gives evidence to show why the main idea is good and or true. The third sentence, its job is to show that the second sentence is valid. It always comes from an outside or a second source like a textbook or a website or an article. Now this pattern is repeated 2 more times. The 4th sentence supports the main idea, and the 5th sentence proves that the 4th sentence is true. The 6th sentence supports the main idea, and the 7th sentence proves that the 5th sentence is true. 6th sentence is true. Then a conclusion sentence is written, and I tell the students they cannot write the end. Instead, they must summarize the main point that they've been writing about. Here's another way I explain it. I say, in your topic sentence, make one big claim. Then use a small claim to show that your big claim is true. Then prove that you're not the only one that thinks that your big claim is true. Add 2 more small claims that show your big claim is true, and then prove that each of those small claims are true with information from another source. Then write a conclusion about why your big claim is so great. When I teach this to the class, I explain the format, then we write a perfect paragraph together as a class. And then each scholar gets to write their own. I like to use articles from the web that have 10 ideas listed in them, like amazing women, Latina women in STEM, or how to improve your memory, or how about becoming a successful student. I ask the students to choose 3 from the list of 10 and write about which 3 people they most admire or which 3 things that they are going to do. While preparing for this presentation, I thought of a challenge for lower grades. An assignment like this would give scholars practice writing sentences 2 and 3 of the perfect paragraph. I've never read the Tasty Tort Trial, but I imagine the story has some evidence in it about why the baker was found not guilty. The answer to the first question, do you think the baker is guilty, will get the student to make a small claim. The question why is an attempt to get the scholar to find information, a statement or a sentence or some type of evidence in the story to prove that their claim is the right one. After answering numerous question couples like this, a student should have little difficulty with the perfect paragraph format. When I assign the perfect paragraph at a high school level, I hold scholars responsible for demonstrating the following skills. They must answer the prompt. I was surprised at how many scholars will turn into generic informational writing with little regard for what the prompt asks them to write about. They must follow the perfect paragraph format, 8 sentences, each doing only the job it is supposed to do. And when they write the topic sentence, I ask them to briefly list the 3 things they're going to write about in sentences 2, 4, and 6. They must make sure that the evidences they are using in the sentences 3, 5, and 7 relate to the idea in the sentence they are supporting. In other words, their evidence must be strong. They must use only 1 quote, only 1 summary, and only 1 paraphrase. This acts as a reminder about how different they all are. I ask them to write the reference into the sentence by including the author's full name and the title of the article. For citations, we use only the author's last name in the parentheses, but I do not take away points if they use the year of publication also. I ask them to write at least one of each of the different 4 sentence structures. That requires a reteach not only for the scholars, but Mrs. Demers and Mrs. Sessions have helped me a lot. And finally, I ask for 0 convention errors. Over time, I have created several job aids that give to the students, and I will happily send any of them to you if you email me. Thank you for watching my video. I sincerely hope that you benefited from it. Have a great day.